Good morning, everyone. This meeting of the House Environmental Resource and Energy Committee will now come to order. Mary, would you lead us in the pledge? It's been a long summer, but... Okay, Ellen, can you do the roll?
Vitale,
Here.
Fleming,
Designation.
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation.
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation.
Mays,
Designation.
Otten, Pielli,
Designation.
Salisbury,
Designation.
Siegel,
Designation.
Steele,
Designation.
Takak, Webster,
Designation.
Causer,
Here.
Armanini, Barton, Borowitz, Cook, Ham,
Designation.
Kephart,
Designation.
Schemmel, Stambaugh, Warner,
Designation.
Wentling.
Designation.
Okay, the first bill we will take up is House Bill 2393 by Representative Paul Friel. Do we have a motion and a second? Mary and Paul are first and second. Evan, can you outline the bill?
House Bill 2393 establishes additional requirements for farmers that use food processing residuals in farming operations.
Okay, Paul, did you want to say a couple of words with regard to that?
Chairman Vitale, Chairman Causer, thank you for allowing me to briefly just say thank you for the committee for taking up this bill. This is an issue that runs across the state of Pennsylvania. And I just wanted to say we assembled a team to look at this over the last 18 months. And this bill wouldn't be possible with the help of my colleagues, Representative Schemmel and Representative Barbara Gleim, who worked from the beginning on this bill with me, with DEP, Ag, Conservation District, a number of farmers, a number of stakeholders. And this bill, along with the amendments offered by Representative Schemmel, represent a collective process to help manage FPRs, which is kind of an emerging issue within Pennsylvania. It's been around for a while, but most of the states around us have restricted the use of FPRs. And there is a beneficial use that we can have in our farms for soil management. And we're just asking to, similarly, this bill treats manure. This treats FPR similar to how manure is treated in Pennsylvania, to allow farmers to use this as a beneficial treatment, but also putting some controls and some pieces in place for the producers and importers, because a lot of this waste material comes from outside the state, and we don't know what that material is. And so this just puts some needed guardrails up and allows our farmers to do and use this safely and more effectively. So I just wanted to thank you for running the bill today, and I want to thank my colleagues for their help in making this happen.
Okay, thank you. We have one amendment by Representative Schemmel, Amendment 5730. Do we have a motion and second? Marty will move, and Paul will second. Evan, can you outline what this amendment does?
A05730 is an omnibus amendment that updates definitions and clarifies the department's role in administering the food processing residual waste program.
Okay, discussion. Is there any discussion? Any discussion on this amendment? Rep. Schemmel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This amendment makes some technical changes to the bill from feedback that we had with stakeholders within the industry. And as Representative Friel had already indicated, the language of the bill and what it sets out to do is the is the end product of really lengthy work by Department of Ag, DEP, a number of stakeholders, Penn State, over the course of a year in many meetings. So the bill and the amendment, I think, brings necessary regulation to the industry while also allowing the industry to enjoy the many benefits of FPRs. And this is just on both the amendment and the bill. This is an issue that affects my community fairly significantly, and I'm in a farming community. But there's a cascading effect as states, especially to the south of me, Virginia, West Virginia, and Maryland, have restricted the spreading of FPRs. So what we have observed in our area is that FPRs that come from processing plants far away in Virginia, for example, and in West Virginia, get trucked up to Pennsylvania where there's virtually no regulation on them. So this is an emerging and growing problem. We simply seek to have reasonable regulations that allow farmers to have the benefits of this while also providing the safety for the community. Thank you.
Okay, further discussion? Okay, Evan, I don't see any further discussion. Evan, could you take the roll on the Schemmel Amendment 5730?
Vitale,
Yes?
Fleming,
Designation yes?
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation yes?
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes?
Mays,
Designation yes?
Otten, Pielli,
Designation yes?
Salisbury,
Designation yes?
Siegel, Steele,
Designation yes?
Takak, Webster,
Yes.
Causer,
Yes.
Armanini, Barton, Borowitz, Cook, Ham,
Designation yes.
Kephart,
Designation yes.
Schemmel, Stambaugh, Warner,
Designation yes.
Wentling.
Designation yes.
Okay, the amendment passes. We now have the bill before us. Does anybody object to having the same roll call vote on the bill as the amendment?
We need a separate.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we will, is there any discussion on the bill itself? Marty?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank the sponsor of the bill for the work that he's put into it. I've had a number of concerns expressed to me about the bill, and I do understand the issue in conversations with my colleague, Representative Schemmel, and know that in some respects this is an issue in certain parts of the state and has been a significant issue. I also want to acknowledge the concerns that have been expressed by folks in the agriculture community. Also want to point out that in my review of the bill, in some cases I think it's poorly drafted, and there may be some drafting errors in it. But to move the process forward, I'm going to support the bill today and feel that further amendment is certainly needed on the bill. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, thank you. Further discussion? Okay, Evan, can you call the roll on final passage on House Bill 2393?
Vitale,
Yes?
Fleming,
Designation yes?
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation yes?
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes?
Mays,
Designation yes?
Otten, Pielli,
Designation yes?
Salisbury,
Designation yes?
Siegel, Steele,
Designation yes?
Takak, Webster,
Yes.
Causer,
Yes.
Armanini, Barton, Borowitz, Cook, Ham,
Designation yes.
Kephart,
Designation no.
Schemmel, Stambaugh, Warner,
Designation yes.
Wentling.
Designation yes.
Okay, the bill will be reported as amended. Next up is House Bill 2594 by Rep. Paul Friel. Evan, could you give a brief outline of what this bill does?
This bill provides for a certification process for food processing residual haulers and brokers.
Okay, Paul, did you have anything to say on the bill itself?
This is just a companion bill to the other one, and this follows the manure standard. So this is basically a copy of the manure hauler broker licensing, and it just mirrors that. So,
Okay, thank you, Paul. Don't forget to call up the bill. Got it. Okay, so Evan reminds me, we need to call up the bill itself. Do we have a motion and a second on House Bill 2594? Mary and Danielle will be our motion and second. We now have before us one amendment to the bill, Amendment 5766 by Rep. Schemmel again. We'll call it that. Do we have a motion and second on the amendment? Marty and Bud would be our, okay, so the amendment has been moved and seconded. Evan, can you give a brief description of this amendment?
This is a technical amendment that updates terminology and makes a clarification about license requirements.
Okay, is there any discussion on the amendment 5766? Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll comment on the amendment and the bill since they're so related. The amendment makes some technical language corrections to the bill itself. And then the bill with the amendment deals with sort of the second end of FPRs. Again, as I specified in my remarks on the earlier bill, a lot of FPRs we see in the border areas of the state come from out of state. We obviously cannot regulate plants out of state and products as they're made there. But we can regulate the haulers. These products then go through our communities and are stored oftentimes on farms. So this is a companion bill. The bill with the amendment sort of close the circle and again treat FPRs in a similar fashion the way we treat other things that are spread on farm fields. Thank you.
Okay, further discussion on Amendment 5766? Okay, Evan, can you call the roll?
Vitale,
Yes.
Fleming,
Designation yes.
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation yes.
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes.
Mays,
Designation yes.
Otten, Pielli,
Designation yes.
Salisbury,
Designation yes.
Siegel,
Yes.
Steele,
Designation yes.
Takak,
Yes.
Webster,
Yes.
Causer,
Yes.
Armanini, Barton, Borowitz, Cook, Ham,
Designation yes.
Kephart,
Designation yes.
Schemmel, Stambaugh, Warner,
Designation yes.
Wentling.
Designation yes.
Okay, the amendment passes. We will now consider the bill, House Bill 2594, as amended. Discussion? Okay.
I do, Greg.
Okay, Marty?
Thank you, Chairman. I have had numerous concerns expressed to me about this bill from the agriculture community. I want to point out that one of the agriculture groups in the state, PennAg Industries, has expressed significant concern and opposition to this bill. I feel that significantly more work needs to be done for this bill before it moves forward, so I will be asking for a negative vote on this particular bill.
Okay, further discussion? I see no further discussion. Evan, could you call the roll on final vote on House Bill 2594?
Vitale,
Yes.
Fleming,
Designation yes.
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation yes.
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes.
Mays,
Designation yes.
Otten, Pielli,
Designation yes.
Salisbury,
Designation yes.
Siegel, Steele,
Designation yes.
Takak,
Yes.
Webster,
Yes.
Causer,
No.
Armanini, Barton,
No.
Borowitz, Cook, Ham,
No.
Kephart,
No.
Schemmel, Stambaugh, Warner,
No.
Wentling.
No.
Okay, the bill as amended will be reported to the House. Our final bill for the day will be Senate Bill 211. Do we have a motion and a second for Senate Bill 211? Joe Webster and Marty will be our motion and second on the bill, Senate Bill 211. Evan, can you give a brief description of what Senate Bill 211 does?
Senate Bill 211 provides for financial assurances for the decommissioning of solar energy facilities.
Okay. I'd like to say a couple of words on this and why I am supporting this. I wrestled with this for a while. But one inescapable fact with regard to this bill is it has the almost unanimous support of the solar industry. It is supported by Solar Energy Industries Association, SEIA. It is supported by Merrick Action, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Energy Coalition. It is supported by Advanced Energy United. It is supported by Solar United Neighbors. It is supported by Pennsylvania Solar Storage Industries Association. It's supported by the Pennsylvania Conservation Energy Forum. It's supported by the Pennsylvania Solar Energy Center, in addition to the Farm Bureau. And, solar energy is key to our environmental future. And I think the solar energy industry knows what's best for itself as far as what is going to promote solar. So if the solar industry has such unanimous support of this bill, who am I to oppose it? Okay, discussion on Senate Bill 211. Marty?
Mr. Chairman, I strongly believe that we do need a solar decommissioning bill. This is something that has been around for a while in this building, has been discussed for a while. Senator Yaw has worked on this. Representative Rapp has worked on this particular piece of legislation for quite some time. And so I support the bill and ask the members to support it.
Okay, further discussion on Senate Bill 211. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's a significant amount of solar that's being installed in my own community in the agricultural areas, and a number of the municipalities in my area are passing ordinances, local ordinances regarding decommissioning. I support this bill. On the decommissioning end, a lot of the municipalities that are passing ordinances have decommissioning bonds that are required, as does this bill, but many of those municipalities are small, in my opinion, lack the sophistication to be able to adequately calculate or estimate what the bond should be, or to be able to follow the maintenance of the bond. So I think with this bill, by taking that out of the realm where local municipalities have to be concerned about that, it puts it in the hands of individuals, agencies more sophisticated and better able to do that. I think it protects the farmland for the future when these leases come to an end and the panels are removed. Thank you.
Okay, further discussion. Joe?
Right, thank you, Mr. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess I want to say out loud what we're all thinking on these things, just to be clear. The bonding issue makes a solar project more expensive to get started. So that's a disincentive that most of us would regret. As you said, the industry's in favor of this, and so I want to sort of say hats off that there's a best practice involved here that the industry is willing to take on, and I support that effort, and suggest that should be a consideration in any industry that's investing like this and creating a disturbance of the earth, creating potential byproducts and leakages and other things like that, and a best practice like that should be considered. So thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Okay. Seeing no further discussion, Evan, can you call the roll?
Vitale,
Yes.
Fleming,
Designation yes.
Green, Hohenstein,
Designation yes.
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes.
Mays,
Designation yes.
Otten, Pielli,
Designation yes.
Salisbury,
Designation yes.
Siegel. Yes. Steele,
Designation yes.
Takak,
Yes.
Webster,
Yes.
Causer,
Yes.
Armanini. Barton. Yes. Borowitz,
Designation yes.
Cook. Ham,
Designation yes.
Kephart,
Designation yes.
Schemmel. Stambaugh. Warner,
Designation yes.
Wentling.
Designation yes.
Okay, the bill as introduced passes. I have no further business before the committee. Marty, do you have any closing remarks today?
Not at this time.
Okay, well then, this meeting is adjourned.